Good morning, everybody. This is interesting. After last night, it didn't dip that much, but yeah, see exactly where it was there. Yeah, and it didn't dip that much. It looked big on an intraday chart, but right at the top of the range there, starting out with the Nasdaq futures, and typically, well, this is 24-hour chart, of course, but it's going to be an inside day, what it should be. I'm just waiting for the end of the day for more earnings news. We'll see if they can get going. Pulling back here as I speak a little bit, but just going nowhere. Going nowhere. Had that dip down and up it went. And so, yeah, 13,000 right up there. If they can get going to hit that prior high or possibly take it out. I mean, look, if the news is good tonight, I guess it takes it out tomorrow and we see what it does. Earlier in the week, I said, this could be potentially because of the shallower the retracement. This wasn't coming down an M top, but with a wide range bar, I want to take a look at what the Qs look like, but with a wide range bar, that typically doesn't happen. So let me look at the Qs, then we'll go to the spiders. There's the gap up and it kept going, right? Right after the Fed talking and up it went and it stayed there. And well, it doesn't mean it has to go back down to the low. It could be an inside day that just stays up there, kind of what we call a beach day, just grinding. So where's it at here? Qs, see right at the top of the range. Overnight, is that the bottom? 303. $303. So this low, right, that lines up with this little congestion prior to the breakout. So that is where it needs to stay on any pullbacks, right? Where it would be really odd to have a situation where a bar like this gets negated. So looks downside, just 303 area to hold on a pullback, or it doesn't even get there. It just stays there and chops around here today. All right. Spiders. Solidly into the gap fill, closing above 400. So now 390 has to hold, right? It shouldn't even go down there. What does McGraw have for numbers? 39. Let me just see where this is at. 399. Right at the top. Now we have to, well, the high of the day is going to be resistance, right? And there'll be nothing to stop it. If we do get that inside day and things are bullishly, I mean, it could go up, right? Because this is the big resistance area. We'll see how this shapes up. And so what do we have there? 40.80. And, well, 39.30 is a no-brainer because it isn't going down there today. If you had something like the Fed report coming out today, but you got earnings that are going to be after the close. So that seems absolutely safe for today. This could be within striking distance. I would go with the downside. Yeah. I think backing off a little bit now, but just consolidate. I don't know what the igniting thing would be to get it to break out ahead of that, but so I'd just go with the downside. It's a no-brainer. All right. So what this is happening here, pulling in a little bit, still holding that edge for now. Still holding, but on the lows. Here's what we want to see. It flipped down yesterday. So what we want to see if this will start moving lower. But right now it's up. So, this could have been one of the intermarket pieces of the puzzle that if this started to move down, could be why the markets would rally further. And some turtles here. Still not telling us anything. This is up here at an extreme, and this is actually moving lower. So there's bets are increasing or hedging is, even while this market has moved up. Um, as you can see, SPX here, and the breadth again on the breakout. Remember back here said on the other times the breadth has hit extremes, didn't really get that far. And now we've had, down here, this is what I was talking about down here, ignited, and then here, and now here again. You can see this is the end of day breath. And that's all good. That's what you want to see on after these little consolidations. And this staying up here like it is, that's positive. And this is positive because they're betting against this thing. And they don't believe it's going to go higher. And so all this day-to-day put call ratios, I mean, it's not that extreme. I mean, it's just, relative to here, right? It is. But the daily moving average is not moving up. So we're neutral. So it's really not telling me much other than, institutions. Well, obviously to some degree they believe in it because they're buying, right? But then they're hedging and, they're afraid that it's going to rip back in the other direction. So maybe it won't. Maybe it won't. Okay, transports. What are they doing? Did they participate yesterday? Yeah. See if they can break out. And interest rates, the dollar. What's Bitcoin doing here? Holding its own. Look at this idiot. This idiot on YouTube. If this was a person, we need to find out where they live and go to their house and tear the hair from their skull. They're getting their jollies posting this kind of crap. Naked girl, naked whatever. What idiot. Oh, it's a bot, whatever. Why they do this. All right. I don't know how they find me. I think they do it to whoever, Rob. I don't know. I don't know. But it's, that this is how they get their jollies going out there and doing stuff like that. Right, so crude oil is holding here. This has got pounded down, but look at the range expansion bar. This is what Dan and I spoke about in MT Live about turns and the range expansion bar. The emotional thing and the reversal is exactly what we talked about yesterday. And now here's the retest, and you got a topping tail red bar being ignored, and now it's moving up. And this, the 20 MA is lined up with that high, but just based on this larger pattern, that should get through it. Oh, Dan, they're saying they're after you, actually. So all that kind of rhetoric on this girly stuff with kisses and uh, that makes sense. That looks like it should go up. And XLE, I mentioned that earlier in the week, and how to get above the high, and it has. And so yesterday, now potentially we're getting this. Actually, we did get the red bar ignored, and 75. It's moving up. Things are working nicely there. So some of the stocks like APA. Oh, look at this. The moron's back again. Continue. Tired of being alone? We'll help you. Well, obviously, you're alone. I don't know if that's a bot or somebody's in there doing this talking, but that's a lonely guy. That is up, breaking out. Oil stocks, which means if oil's moving up, you want to take a look at KBE, which has been leading the way up, and XBI. And with that continuing to act well, all of those, see the Russell should break out above that bar's high. That's something I'll be keeping an eye on today. So if those sectors are moving up, this should start moving up toward that June high. Yes, Stephen, someone on YouTube, I will capture it and show it to you what this retard is doing. Well, the three dots, you can remove it, you can report it, put this user on timeout, hide. It doesn't block. All right, so consolidation day, most likely. Small caps look like they should be able to go higher, but maybe they get stuck on an inside day too. Q's down a little bit. It's Meta, and what was it? QCOM or Oracle was down, and then we got the Apple tonight. So tech is recovering in a big way, and SMH. Government throwing money at things any which way they can. They got this chip bill now, and I don't know if they ever passed this gas tax reform. They're just looking for different ways to add liquidity, spend more money. So, well, yours, Dan. Approving another $700 billion.
Yeah, whatever it is. I read in the paper today, my action caved last night to the left. Spend more. Just, you can get sick about it if you want, but welcome to politics. But one positive of that spending bill is our tan is gapping up. So Greg, I gave this yesterday on a pullback. Look at this. I gave it between 75.50 and 76. We nailed it right on that pullback. We also shorted puts. So we have a $7 gain if you want to take it at the open for our ETF trader. And I'm bidding a dime to get out of my puts. Sold the 70s for next week. All right, we're got pretty light inventory here, but any questions, just ask. I have a lot of put spread ideas here. I've been posting them here. If you came in late, I'll give you the whole list again. And that last row is just a repeat of my favorites. And some of them I can't tell the gap. Like here, WFRD, I see one little print up there. AVB, I gave this as a directional long also, but I can't tell where it's gapping. But this is a beautiful bottoming pattern. EFT, I can't see a gap. Did I lose my gap? No. Millennium, no gaps, but these are put spread things. LC, nice 180 reversal, 1450 put spread. Lima Hotel. Okay, it did gap up, it's coming in, so that one I won't be in a rush. Below, big beautiful bottom here. Gap in the 116, put spread idea. WBD, yesterday's high, so it's actually gapping down, which is fine, good. So now I know what I'm dealing with. I'm gonna set an alarm at 15:25. So we had the GDP out today. We're in official recession. And you know, I've been saying, who gives a SHIT? I mean, it's just the media's made me nauseous talking about it. Who cares? This world, you know, the only thing I care about is paying your bills, reading the charts, trading charts. But it's politics again. Politics. The Biden doesn't want to say there's a recession under his administration. Is that friggin' clear? That's what's going on. Nova here, so now it's a gap and go. It's going too much. JetBlue has earnings next week, but they Spirit, well, that's, yeah, so Spirit and Frontier got divorced, or didn't get married rather. It's a bottoming pattern. So I'm gonna sell the $8 puts. There's earnings next week though. But look at the weekly here. You know, it could go down another $1, but we're near the Corona lows. Jets gapping down here a little bit. So over yesterday's high, would then be a bear gap negated. I know LUV had bad earnings, so that's up. Ooh, that's a big gap down. So yeah, the JetBlue's holding, I guess, because of the whatever the news. But that's a bearish gap. Oh, SEDG, we sold a put spread yesterday. I actually put that in all three of my accounts, and I forgot to close one of them. So I'm going to get out today a better price improvement because earnings are August 2nd. And when I put that trade on yesterday, I did not know that. But looks fantastic. I think I got the 230s. Does anybody think on earnings this is going under 230? I sure as heck don't. But I'm just going to take my money and not have to deal with them. STEM trading range, but look at the weekly bottoming pattern there. This has room. So it's an excessive gap right now, but that is a beautiful weekly. TBLT, popped up, came in, now popping again. So let's keep an eye on that. I texted yesterday morning, shop negating a bearish gap down. Keep an eye on it for put spread. What? So that's a nice reversal on major support. Let's keep an eye on that. Seg earnings, gap's too big though. Nova, I think we just talked about. Jets talked about. Holex at earnings. I can't believe there's no prints. SNN gapping down. Oh, that's an ugly gap down. Kind of looks like an eight. Oh, Smith. Is that the gun store? Or is that something different? Smith and Nephew. No, it's an ADR. So it's Smith and Wesson is the gun guy. A coin, it's not earnings, but support. Let's see if we can do a 50 put spread for tomorrow. The hell did exactly. I mean, as soon as that black spokes lady came on and started blabbing, oh, we do, I just said, here we go again. They already know that, they already know them, they already know the number, and they're just getting the public ready. I agree. Even Steve Leeson did today, was not agreeing with recession yet. But the CNBC, after the 8:30 number, they had a very interesting conversation with Ella Larian and Joe Kernan and shoot, what's the short mouthy guy who talked about economic numbers? Whatever. I like him. I don't mean that in a bad way. I like that guy. I met him once in Chicago, walking around in the streets. But they had a great conversation. If there's a way you can go back and watch it on CNBC. BBY, profit warning, no pattern. Mike Santelli, no, it's not Mike Santelli, I take that back. ASPN would be a bottoming pattern, can't tell the gap. Rick Santelli, just came to my mind. Rick, I like. MOH over the week's high, put spread. FMS gapping down, no interest. IMVH, it's going sideways. Trade's a little spotty, but over yesterday's high, set an alarm. AVB, we talked about, beautiful bottoming pattern. Here's a double, retest, gapping up to 22, it looks like, but not on volume. So I like that. Visto, maybe 30-minute high. Calm, I don't see a gap, but just trading range. WEX closing breakout over yesterday's high. McGraw 165 put spread. I like. Put that in a window too. Hey, whoever talked about our Algin, it's now turned positive. I've been selling some puts into earnings on select patterns, and this is one I actually did. I shorted, I forget which ones. Let me look. And it went against me pre-market. But the name of the game is I sold the 210s. And so now they're $60 away. And so I already had put a buy to close at 15 cents. And I'll see where the quotes are. And I forgot to talk about the elephant in the room, Meta. We actually did a put spread yesterday that we took our money because we were at 80% of max gain in one day. I actually had put on another one for August. I did the 120s. So even though it's gapping against me, I'll tell you. I don't lie to you. I'll tell you at the open if I have an open gain or loss. Okay, see, I just got filled. I'll bet that's Algin. Ah, I got filled on my, no, all right, see, I got filled on tan. I bid 10. Okay, oh, I just got filled at Algin at 5 cents. So see, those were pre-market orders I put in. So whoever did Algin with me,